Welcome to the fourth and final part of me explaining why I don't think the writing in Sunrise on the Reaping is up to par with the other Hunger Games books. Part 3 was all about character development, but today I want to talk about narration style. Now, this isn't really going to be a proper critique, it's more just personal preference. If I were to have written this book, I would have chosen a different narration style, but let's be so honest, I could never. Maybe one day I can write as good as this. Sunrise on the Reaping is told in first person present tense, and I think it should have been told in first person past tense from older middle-aged Haymitch. There's two reasons why I would have chosen to do that. The first is that this is a little too similar to Katniss's narration in the original trilogy. And it works really well here, especially in the first book, because everything new that Katniss is learning, we are also learning those new things. They are introducing us to a world that we did not know before. We are very much accompanying her on this journey. It also works really well because throughout these three books there are many flashback scenes, so it helps to differentiate those. It helps to show here is what happened to Katniss and here is how it is affecting her right now in this very moment. The Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes, on the other hand, is told from third person limited, very different from all of the other books. In this case, we're looking down from a bird's eye view on Coriolanus' life, except we only see what's right in front of us. We don't see what's beyond us in our periphery. When you finish Mockingjay and you jump right into this one, the narration is jarring, stunted, uncomfortable, and that is the point. We're getting the internal monologue of a narcissist, one who we already know later becomes a war criminal. We do not want to be in his head. We are told exactly what he's thinking, but it lacks the emotion that comes with Katniss's narration. So where we find ourselves really sympathizing with Katniss, we don't find ourselves doing the same for Coriolanus. And as you progress through the book, you're just baffled by the things that he is thinking and doing. Anyways, back to Sunrise. First person present tense. We are reading this through the eyes of 16-year-old Haymitch. I would have preferred middle-aged Haymitch telling the story and reflecting back on what he had been through. I would have liked to have seen him contrasting how he felt back then to how he feels as a middle-aged man and kind of comparing that and seeing him work through his trauma and how he has grown as a person throughout that time, especially because in the epilogue he finally decides that there is a point to talking about his past with Katniss and Peeta, and he says, "Before I knew it, they all came tumbling out, family, tributes, friends, comrades in arms, everybody, even my love. I finally told our story." What if this book was him telling his story to Katniss and Peeta? But it's not, because it's told in present tense. I think seeing Haymitch reflect back on his life would have been a really meaningful and beautiful way to tell this story.